Hello everyone, welcome to the series Facts in Literature, and this is the first video about Shakespeare. Let's start. Shakespeare's plays are set in many locations, some of them fictional. Europe, Africa, and Middle East are all settings for Shakespeare's plays. His plays are set in 12 countries, with cities in what is now Italy being Shakespeare's favorite backdrop. Some plays, such as The Tempest, take place in entirely fictional worlds. The only comedy to be set in the UK is The Merry Wives of Windsor. Shakespeare took phrases from other languages. For instance, fat paunches make lean pates was originally a Greek and Latin proverb by Saint Jerome. Shakespeare's Greek to me could also be a similar phrase in Latin, a language which Shakespeare could read. The word love appears 2191 times in the complete works. The number is based on 1864 Globe edition. The amount could vary slightly from edition to edition. Altogether, there are 28,829 unique word forms in all of Shakespeare's works, and 12,493 occur only once. Since 1960, there have been publications and productions of Hamlet in more than 75 languages. These languages even include Klingon, Esperanto, and Interlingua. Other popular plays in translation include Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, and The Merchant of Venice. Shakespeare's works overall have been translated into more than 100 languages. Shakespeare has inspired lots of films in Hollywood, Bollywood, and beyond. Western films: West Side Story, Robert Wise and Jerome Robbins from Romeo and Juliet. Kiss Me, Kate, George Sidney from The Taming of the Shrew. Forbidden Planet, Nicholas Nefak from The Tempest. My Own Private Idaho, Gus Van Sant from Henry IV Part 1 and 2. Romeo and Juliet, Kelly Asbury from Romeo and Juliet. Looking for Richard, Al Pacino, Richard III. Bollywood, Omkara, Makbul and Haider. All three movies, directed by Vishal Bhardwaj, were based on Othello, Macbeth and Hamlet respectively. Goliyon Ki Rasleela Ramleela by Sanjay Leela Bhansali, based on Romeo and Juliet. Japan, Thorn of Blood by Akira Kurosawa, Macbeth. Ran, Akira Kurosawa, King Lear. The first performances of Shakespeare in the Middle East were in the late 19th century. According to Graham Holderness, Shakespeare entered the Arab world in the late 19th century as theatre. That is, the plays were translated and adapted specifically to form the repertoire of dramatic companies in Egypt and other Arab countries. Hamlet was first performed in Egypt around 1893. Shakespeare invented lots of expressions that we still use today. Heart of Gold from Henry V, Wild Goose Chase in Romeo and Juliet, Faint-Hearted in Henry IV Part 1, Brave New World in The Tempest, Break the Ice in The Taming of the Shrew, For Goodness Sake from Henry VIII, Foregone Conclusion, Othello, and Love is Blind from The Merchant of Venice. The most popular name from a Shakespeare play used today is Olivia. That's according to the list of most popular US and British baby names in 2014. Olivia is the name of a character in Twelfth Night. Shakespeare was the first person to use the name with this spelling. The stories told in Shakespeare's plays are not original. Shakespeare's primary source materials were English and Latin works, histories, plays, and poems. For the histories, King Lear and Cymbeline, Shakespeare relied heavily on Holinshed's chronicles of England, Scotland, and Ireland. He also used Geoffrey of Monmouth's Historia Regum Britanniae and other books by historians called chronicle histories. For the Roman history, he relied on Plutarch's Lives. Romeo and Juliet is based on an Italian folktale which Shakespeare read in translation. Some plays he took directly from classical sources like The Comedy of Errors, which he took from Plautus's The Brothers Menechmus and simply added an extra set of twins, the servants Dromio of Ephesus and Dromio of Syracuse. He took many plot elements from Ovid's Metamorphoses, which can be found in Titus Andronicus, Midsummer Night's Dream, and other plays. For other plays, we conjecture there are lost sources such as an earlier version of Titus Andronicus and Hamlet. Sometimes he rewrote earlier plays, as we think was the case with Hamlet. The missing play is called the Hamlet, and as he did with King John, which he reworked from an anonymous play called The Troublesome Reign of John, King of England. King Lear is based on the Chronicle of History of King Lear. So these were some of the facts about the plays of Shakespeare. We will meet in the next video and discuss some more facts about Shakespeare. Until then, goodbye and thank you.